We're going to backtrack a little bit. How did you come up with your children's names?
Well, I didn't even get a chance to name Wanda because Dick was a television, what would you call yourself?
Service guy.
Serviceman. And he had gone to some distant relatives of mine to fix their television. Yes.
Okay.
And when he came home that evening, he said, she was really a neat woman, and he wanted us to name our first daughter Wanda after her. I don't know if he's ever told.
No, I think you might have that wrong because
What?
Wendell Lowry was my friend, and he had a sister named Wanda, and she was neat. So that's kind of how Wanda got her name. She's getting old, and she forgot.
Oh,
So had you picked out a boy's name if it had been a boy?
well,
Yeah, Dan.
Dick
Dan.
said it absolutely will be named Dan.
And so what we need to do is we need to get some of our grandkids. We need to get some of those parents to call a kid Dan. That's what we need to do.
Was that after anybody in particular?
Nope. I just like the word Dan. So
And then did you have any middle names? You picked Jean as a middle name for Wanda.
Yeah, Wanda Jean, and Dick wanted her named Wanda Jean. And this was sort of ironic, I think, because after maybe a year or so, we both realized that one of the fellows that I went with, his name was Eugene, and they called him Gene, and Dick had a girlfriend, and her name was Jean, and so we both named her middle name the same as our first.
it was real stupid how we picked names.
Yeah.
So
How about for your second daughter?
Oh, that we neither one of us named our second daughter. My mother did. My mother just loved the name Dawn, and she said, if you have a daughter, name her Dawn. That's my favorite girl's name, and I like that name too. And we didn't realize that we might have a difficult time with that name because Dick is a nickname, for his real name is Donald, and people would phone the house and ask for Don, and I think they were saying Dawn. And so I'd yell at Dawn to come to the phone, and it was for Donald. And so that was...
well, anyhow, now they've named a soap after Dawn. So
A degreaser?
yeah,
And
yeah, a decreaser.
So she's become famous.
Yep.
She's become
Yeah,
famous.
you
And how
became.
about the middle name?
I don't know how that happened.
Well,
You know,
well,
don't ask those crazy questions.
at that time there was Nanette Fabre.
Oh yeah,
That was
television
yeah.
star. So
Well,
that's
she
probably
was in the movies, and she was very tiny, petite. I really liked her, and so I just decided to name our second daughter Nanette.
Okay.
So Dawn Nanette.
What was your proudest moment as a parent?
I think probably when the kids got out of the house. We had empty nest syndrome, and it was a good deal that Janine came, and when she came, because she kind of filled that void for a while, and so that helped us. But the proudest moment would be, I guess, maybe when they graduated and when they got married and they got good mates, and then they started having families of their own, and they had, that was probably overall the proudest moment for me. Anyhow. How about you?
I'm still thinking.
Okay.
Probably about the same.
Okay.
Because I'm proud of all of our girls and the mates they chose. we think we have a very, very neat family. We don't have any kids that's been in trouble. I didn't have to go to jail and visit them. They're really...
Family is really important to us. I think being next to the spiritual side of the Lord, that the family is the key thing. And we can help one another and support one another, and that's worth a lot.
You probably learned some things from your families growing up. I know, Dad, that you did not have a dad after you were 7 years old or 8. Do you remember learning anything from your parents that you have passed on to us?
I probably learned more from Elmer Hansen, her dad, because I kind of looked at him as being a father image, and he was a good father image, and that's always important. So
and from my mother, I guess I didn't realize that I was picking up so much from her, but she was an avid, entertained lots of
tremendous
people.
cook.
And I never thought of myself as such a tremendous cook, but I realized later on in life that a lot of different people would say, you're so hospitable. And then I would think back, well, I guess I picked that up a lot from my mother, because she was very hospitable, had somebody over to her house, seemed like all the time. And she was a very good cook.
Very good parents, and so that helped. And so, but I had some brothers that helped a little bit as far as raising us. But I was just pretty lucky that I had friends, and I remember a paper boss that I had one time. He said, "Dick, if you keep running with this Jack," he said, "you're going to get in trouble, because he's in trouble all the time." And Leatherberry, I was really thankful, but I had teachers that looked out for me, and so there's quite a few people look out for Dick Bruder.
So, how long has it been since you've kissed each other?
Last night,
Did you?
right on the couch here.
Good. Okay. That was one
Is
of
that
the...
soon enough?
Yeah.
Or late enough?
Good job. Okay. And what is one thing you most want people to remember about you?
Oh, let's see. That that I was honest and good character, and what he told you that he'd do it. And they probably put on my tombstone, though, that he went to fix up another apartment, work. I enjoy working, but and spiritual things. I think the spiritual things are the most important. If you teach your kids spiritual things, teach them how to work, and I think that's what's been taught me, spiritual things. And then I don't know, we just grew up working, so that's kind of our life, you know.
Mom, how about you?
What was the question?
Okay. What is the one thing, or you can pick out more than
Oh.
one thing, you most want people to remember you about?
Well, I enjoy people, and I have been hospitable.
She's kind and compassionate, so she's a good wife, good
Where-
mother, good. I tell you, she was really great in the ministry. She didn't think she would be, but she was. She drove bus. She did everything that other people wouldn't do, and so she filled in really well. And so she's been a good mate.
Well, the Lord gave me some abilities that I didn't even know I had. But after I got into being a minister's wife, there were a lot of things that were just forced upon me. And after I did them, I found out that I enjoyed it and I was good at it.
She played piano, sang a lot at funerals, did duets. You've been good. I'm proud of you.
Wow, I'm glad you did this. and, and I'm glad that Dick has not been a lazy fella because he's always provided well.